Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here today. So, thank you for tuning in, Soul Star Light Up. I was supposed to do this a couple of weeks ago, probably like last month sometime, and I never got to it because I got lazy. And sometimes when I don't feel like going live, I don't go live. So, I have to make sure that I am in a good place to do it. I don't like to force things. I know that when people do marketing or when you go to a marketing coach or business coach or whatever, they're like, you have to post and you have to. That doesn't resonate with me. So I tend to do it when it feels right to me. And that's probably why I don't have a lot of followers. But whatever, that doesn't matter for me. So this is the first episode of Soul Star Light Up. For 2024. And I'm excited to just give you guys some updates about what's going on with me and what upcoming guests we have for Soul Star Light Up. So my first guest will be next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. right here, same streaming live goodness gracious, I can't talk today. So on FB Live here on my page. Also, I think I'm streaming on Instagram now because this platform now has the ability to stream to Instagram. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, and YouTube also. So I stream it on my YouTube channel, which has like 10 followers, but whatever, it's fine. Um, so my very first guest is going to be next week at 6:30 p.m. here, and my first guest is going to be L'Oreal. Her name is L'Oreal Rivera Stone. She just recently got married, so you guys may know her as L'Oreal King, but she is a midwife, and she's a home birth midwife, which is very exciting. And I'm just excited to bring her story to this platform because she has a very interesting story. And, we often meet with midwives like us who go to the doctor, but, they're usually in doctor's offices. So, I mean, she also works in the doctor's office, but it's more of she does home births. So that's very, very exciting. And I think more and more people are leaning towards home births nowadays. So that's going to be an exciting interview that I'll be doing. So let me get on my game because I'm saying a little too much right now. So I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to do some of these banners so you guys can have some information here. So yes, so kick off. I have my little agenda right here just to make sure that I keep myself on track and I don't babble because I tend to do that. So again, tune in the next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. I'll remind you, and I'm gonna have my first guest on, L'Oreal. Her name is L'Oreal Rivera Stone, and she is a home birth doula. I mean, sorry, midwife. We will have a great interview and you will hear all about her next week. So I'm very excited. And I have a couple of more guests for next month and the month after, and very excited. Both of these people are psychotherapists, but they're also psychotherapists that are doing similar things that I'm doing. So I would call them spiritual psychotherapists. So they are beyond just talk therapy. Is a Reiki master, and I was just reading her bio. She does so many things. So I'm excited about the upcoming guests. And also, if you would like to be a guest on this segment of Soul Star Light Up on my FB Live segment, please send me a message. Really, what I like to do is I like to highlight people on their spiritual journey. And, you don't have to be a spiritual person to have a spiritual journey. If you've gone from like a regular, 9 to 5 grind, job. And now you have developed and really grown and branched out of that and are doing something that you truly love and something that is of service to humanity. I would like to talk to you. I would like to talk to you about how that journey was for you, because there are so many people out here who want to do the same thing, but they're so scared, right? So the same way that I was scared, I mean, some of you guys have heard my story. I've said it a couple of times. Maybe I'll do another segment and I'll say it again. But, we go from this what we call the matrix, right? The 9 to 5, the whatever, and then it just doesn't feel right anymore. So because when you came here, when your soul came here to be of service, doing that regular stuff that doesn't really meet your soul's needs is going to eventually get you to a place where you're just like, this isn't for me anymore. So that's what I want to talk about, right? So you could be in a regular 9 to 5 job, but if it's fulfilling your soul and it's fulfilling something that in you that is helping others and is being of service to humanity, send me a message, because I want to talk to you and I want to highlight you and what you've done and how you've gotten there. So, because we are all on this journey, and we all need to take some time to really just talk about it and see it. And you don't, because you're the one who's in it, you don't realize how it's going. You don't realize how much you're doing on this journey. When I talk about my journey, I'm like, it's my journey, so I'm like, whatever. But when I talk about it, and when I hear, and when other people hear me talk about it, they're like, oh, okay, that was interesting. How did you do all that, and how did you manage? So there are people out there who want to do the same thing, and you can inspire them to start taking those first steps. So if you would like to be on Soul Star Light Up, please send me a message and we can get a date on the calendar. So I am urging a plea to my friends, my beautiful friends out there, whoever would like to be a model for me. I have a photo shoot coming up on the 30th. So that's a Saturday at 1 p.m. in my office. So if any of you would like to, I need maybe like 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 people to just come and be stand-in models, right? So that it's going to be basically highlighting my services. So this is for a new platform that I posted my services on, and they offer a complimentary, not really complimentary because it's part of the package, professional photo shoot. So I will need 3 to 4 people to help me kind of stage the things that I do. So, and in return, you will receive a complimentary healing session of your choice. So you can receive a shamanic Reiki session, an individual sound healing session, um, or a crystal dreaming session. All are valued at between $100 to $195. So you will receive that if you would like to sign up to be a model for my platform. So it's not for my website, but I may use some of these pictures from my website as well. But it's for a platform that I'm on, a directory platform called Heal.me. So if any of you would like to be, I just need 3 to 4 people to come and pose as clients, and you will receive a complimentary healing session from me. So if you're interested, let me know. So I have, you guys know about my Divine Rebels healing circles. The one that I do at Evolution Yoga is just called Healing Circle. But I am there. So Evolution Yoga and Wellness in Newington on Market Square. I am there every last Friday of the month. So they have pop-ups every Friday. So they have their beautiful yoga schedule, but they also have pop-ups every Friday. And I happen to be the last Friday of the month. So the next sound healing circle there at Evolution Yoga in Newington will be on the 29th from 6:30 at 6:30. So please join me. It is a beautiful, beautiful space to share. The owners of that studio are wonderful, amazing people, and they have built a beautiful community. So come and see it and enjoy the sounds and heal yourself during a sound healing circle. I have to look and see what the theme will be, but I always try to have a theme for the circles. And I usually when it's around the full moon, we do a full moon theme or that kind of thing. So I just have to check and see. But come on down, April 29th, 6:30. In Newington at Evolution Yoga and Wellness. So I have a couple of retreats coming up. So you can see on the ticker right there that I have a retreat coming up at Copper Beach. It is honoring honoring the marriage of the divine masculine and feminine. That's not the title of it, but that is what we're going to be doing. It's one of my series. It's one of my retreat series, Harmonize with the Ancestors. So we are going to be using a lot of sound, a lot of journeying. We're going to be doing some breath work now that I'm taking a breath work course, which is an amazing breath work course. And if you want to know, it's High Vibes Holistic. He's out in California, but it's online. And Sage Burmeister, he is an amazing teacher, young guy, and I had my doubts, but he is pretty awesome, and he knows what he's talking about. So he teaches all the time. It's very comprehensive. He makes it fun and exciting. So I will be including I'll be adding breathwork into my retreats now. I'm also going to be taking a training in family constellations that starts next week. So I will be starting to add family constellations work to the retreats as well, because my retreats are about ancestral healing, and family constellations work is exactly that. It's ancestral healing work, using the energetic field to be able to do that. It's beautiful and it's amazing. I was just at a constellation workshop yesterday. Wayne Sina, he's a therapist down in Middlebury, and he does a great job. So I was there, and it was beautiful as always. It was a beautiful group of people, beautiful souls. Everybody it was deep healing and beauty. So I'll be starting to do that, and I'm excited to add that to my repertoire. So April 19th through so 19, 20, 20, April 19th through the 21st will be the retreat at Copper Beach. So go on copperbeachinstitute.org website and you can register there. So it's going to be a weekend retreat. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have a fire ceremony. We're going to be doing all kinds of things. We're going to really be talking about what the divine masculine and feminine are, what it needs to marry that within yourself, right? It's not just about male and female. We're going to talk about what that looks like now, with talking about feminine and masculine energy. How do we talk in terms of to be respectful for people who are non-binary and all these things. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things and doing a lot of work around really finding our divine masculine and feminine within ourselves, and what that looks like, what a marriage of the divine masculine and feminine looks like within yourself, and what it can look like in the world. So that's what we will be doing in April at Copper Beach Institute in West Hartford, Connecticut. It's a weekend-long retreat, Friday to Sunday. Sign up. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's going to be spring and it's going to be beautiful. We're going to do a labyrinth walk, like I said, and also a fire ceremony and a few other things, but it's going to be a magical, beautiful weekend. So look on the website and sign up because it's going to be great. So that is, so that's going to be, here it is. All right. So that's April 19th. All right. So let's see, what else do I have on my agenda? So I have been in the talks with people who have retreat centers internationally, right? So Costa Rica and Mexico are the two places that I'm looking at right now. Sometimes I get really annoyed with that because I have a lot of retreat stuff on my feed because that's what the algorithms do. So everything is about retreats and that kind of thing. My retreats are very different, right? So my retreats, while they can have aesthetic beauty, that's not the main goal for my retreats. My main goal for the retreats is true, deep healing and work, and really connecting with our ancestors. That's really the work, whether it's a, divine masculine, feminine, whatever, it's always based around ancestral work for me. That is what I have chosen to focus my retreats on. So when I join all these groups on Facebook about retreats and how to do retreats and all these things, I'm going to be taking a course next week about that, how to do a lucrative or a profitable retreat internationally. Some of the things really do turn me off because it's not the way that I like to organize my retreats, but it's something that I know I need to learn and in order to be able to have success in that and not lose money or break even like I often do, which I don't care because I do it. I do care. Let me not front on that, but it doesn't bother me as much because I do it for the work. I do it, but it would be nice to make some money. So I have to make sure that I learn from people who know how to do it. But my retreats are not about, sometimes you'll go to retreats or you'll see people's retreats. You will rarely ever see pictures of my retreats just because the work is so deep that there's really no time to do it unless I hire a photographer and that throws the vibe off as well. So when you see other people's retreats and all these beautiful things and all the women dressed in white and all the women dressed in red and all the screaming and the hollering and all the things that are happening, I'm not criticizing people's retreats, but that is just not necessarily, not to say that stuff doesn't happen, that we don't have beauty and that we don't have all those things, but for me, it's about the work. So that is what, and we have fun too. It's not about, but a lot of these retreats are just people wanting to just get away and relax, which I don't disagree with because I've gone to retreats like that too. But, and there's always relaxation in my retreats, but there's work and that's what's going to get done. And when you leave, you are going to leave a different person. So that is where my retreats lie. And doing an international retreat gives us more time for that, more time for true transformation, but also more time for fun. So I'll be talking to two people this Friday, two people who have retreat facilities in Mexico. I'm talking to someone who organizes and helps retreat leaders do retreats in Costa Rica. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be in 2025. And it's probably going to be two international retreats, one in Costa Rica and one in Mexico. And, I'm even me saying that is really bold because I've been scared about all this, because I don't know if you guys know how retreats work, but when you are planning a retreat, you as a retreat host has to put up the money first, right? I mean, most retreat centers will let you do payments plans or options, but no, there's no less than putting down $2,000 to $3,000 initially. Like that's the down payment. So if you don't get people to sign up, then you lose that money, right? Or, something else happens. So there's a lot of cost up front. So, and these retreats are going to be all inclusive retreats, right? So it's all everything except airfare. But it's usually when you have this kind of thing, it's transfers from the airport, it's room and board, it's excursions, all that stuff. So it is going to be there's going to be a cost to it. But I want to be able to plan it for 2025 so that people have enough space and time to be able to make payments, to have a payment plan. And like I said, these retreats are fun and they're great and they're relaxing, but it's also work. So if you just want to have a fun, relaxing time, this may not be the retreat for you. If you want to really dive into your spiritual journey, if you are a practitioner, healer yourself, and you're feeling stuck and you need something to kind of ignite that fire within you, my retreat would be one of those. If you're a person who knows that you've been looking for a change in your life, you're feeling the nudge, you're feeling the whispers of the ancestors, you're feeling the smack in the back of the head from your ancestors, then my retreat is one of those places where you want to be. If you're a person in transition and really trying to figure out, if you're a person who wants to be more in touch with their spirituality and has, put toe in and toe out, type of situation, and you really want to get serious about it, my retreats are where you need to be. So that is, I'm just excited. I'm scared out of my mind because, I started doing retreats in 2019, started doing day-long ones. Then last year started doing weekend ones. Now I'm talking about doing an international retreat or two, which takes a lot more planning and money and marketing and all the things that I, don't like. But I mean, I like money, but not marketing and doing all the things and trying to get people to, and trying to get the right people, right? Because when you're in a retreat environment, you want the vibe to be good. One person's off, the whole group can be off. So all of that is nerve-wracking, but I love what I do. And while I love being a psychotherapist and, helping individuals, I love, and you guys have probably heard me say this before, I love and thrive helping people in groups, but not group therapy necessarily, but group energetic work. That's exactly why I had to do this family constellations training. I had learned about family constellations when I was in grad school many years ago, but I think I needed to go through my own spiritual journey, my own spiritual development, all the things to get here, to be able to be the facilitator that I want to be and have it fit in the right place. So I'm super excited about adding the family constellations piece to the retreats as well. So I'm so excited. So look out, 2025, I will be doing an international retreat. The first one will probably be maybe just me, and the second one I have some things in mind. So, to some retreat partners to do that with. So I'm very excited. Also, if you are a woman, and you've probably seen my post, I'll be posting it again, but I just did my first research interview with a good friend. So I'm planning, I would like to talk to women who have not birthed physical children into this world, but know and feel that they have birthed other things or have helped others birth things into this world. You birthed a business, you birthed a scholarship fund, you birthed a project for someone, all the things, right? All the things that are about creating something and birthing something into this life that's not necessarily a child. If that is you, if you have chosen to not have children because you didn't want to, because it was too late, if you weren't able to have children and you had to really process through that, if it just wasn't in the cards, I would love to talk to you. I would love to hear your story. I am trying to craft and put together a retreat for that subset of women who have birthed, but not necessarily physically birthed children. I think it is there's always a beautiful space for women who for mothers, right? For mothers who have actually physically birthed children, and rightly so, because you're populating the world. But I feel like women like me who don't have children, but have helped others birth so many things and have birthed their own things into this world, projects, businesses, whatever it is, need a space for that healing. And this came about for me because I have done a lot of healing around this, but there's still some triggers here and there where it's like, oh, okay, well, okay. So I know that even though you've processed and have gone, but I think we need a space to be together. And eventually what I want to do is help all women come together, right? The mother, the maiden, and the crone. So that is the ultimate. So I'm doing this research for women who have never birthed physical beings. And then eventually I'll move on to the other things. But I want to have a mother, maiden, crone retreat for women so that we can all get together, because we need to have this feminine rising thing be solid. So, and for you guys, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to get too in depth in that. But if you are a woman who has not birthed physical children into this world, but has birthed other things or has helped others birth, please, please, please reach out to me. I would love to hear your story. Yeah, and I think that's all. So main highlights. Sorry, I'm going off camera so I can pull a card for the collective. But main highlights. I can't talk. Stop saying so annoying right now. Sound Healing Circle in Newington on the 29th. Is it the 29th? I keep saying the 29th. It's probably not even the 29th. Let me look at the date. Hold on one second. Yes. So the last Friday of the month, the 29th, Sound Healing Circle at Evolution Yoga. I would love to see you there. So go on Evolution Yoga Wellness and Wellness website and register there. So you register through their website, and I would love to see you there. So that is going to be every last Friday of the month. Tune in next Sunday for my first guest of 2024 on Soul Star Light Up. It's going to be L'Oreal, and she is a midwife, home birth midwife, and I'm excited to have her on. So those are the highlights, and stay tuned for retreats. April 19th through the 21st at Copper Beach will be the first one. And we are going to be working with the divine masculine and feminine. So hope to see you at any of these things. And for now, I'm going to pick a card for the collective. So let's see. This is an interesting one. So this is from a deck that my very good friend got for me, my friend Rachel. It's called The Shaman's Dream. And the card that I pulled for the collective today is very interesting. It's Root Girl, the disowned self. I think that's really interesting that I was talking about, birthless mother and all these things. So look at that picture. Isn't that beautiful? Root Girl, the disowned self. So just get a feel of what that feels like for you. I always tell people when we pull a card, really just feel into the card, feel into your intuition, and figure it out for yourself before you go into the book. So just look at it, breathe into it. What does it feel like for you? Root Girl, the disowned self. Okay, so for me, let's see, Root Girl, the disowned self. I just feel like, rooting down, allowing yourself to be grounded. All right, so let's see, let's read what it says. Root Girl sits shivering, unclean, and naked at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home but is safe burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of this sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that reintegrated can be the one part of you that reintegrated can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any any emotions or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural. It's this homeless child self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. However, it was this child self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. So what that says is basically accept all parts of you, right? Accept all parts of you, even the ugliest ones, because it is part of everything that you are. So accept your rooted girl, no matter how ugly or how weird she may seem, because she is a beautiful part of you that is going to help you thrive. So I hope I see you guys. I really want to see you all in person, whether it's at my sound healing circles or retreats, or anything else that I may be conjuring up at this point, because it's always something. But yeah, so tune in next Sunday, the most important thing, 6:30 p.m. And if you would like to be a guest on Soul Star Light Up, please send me a message, because I'm always looking for interesting stories. I love to hear people's stories. I love to share their stories. And you, by sharing your story, may help someone else. You will help someone else. So please send me a message. I would love to talk to you. Have a good day. Nice to see you. Have a great week this week. And it looks like spring and spring in, hopefully. All right. Love you guys.